From Fox 15 and KLAF NBC, News 15 Today starts now.
Good Friday morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Forsell. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a traffic alert for drivers here in Lafayette Parish. DOTD announcing the closure of the bridge on E. Broussard Road. The bridge will be closed on Monday, June 7th from 8:30 until 10:30 as crews work to repair the bridge. You'll need to detour by way of Milton Avenue, Vero School Road, Ambassador Caffrey Parkway, or Johnston Street. And in Acadia Parish, Academy Road between Bayou Mallet Highway and Charlene Highway will be closed. The closure is set for June 15th from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Crews are replacing a drainage culvert. You can detour using Bayou Mallet Highway, Richard School Road, and Charlene Highway. Looks like another roundabout could be coming to Lafayette. At an LCG Planning Committee meeting, they recommended spending $300,000 to hire a local engineering firm to do the preliminary work on placing a roundabout in the intersection of E. Broussard Road and Robley Drive. The project is still probably at least 3 years away from completion, pending approval of funds from Mayor President Josh Guillory and permission from the state. Well, let's switch gears here and get a check of the weather with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Good morning, Adam. Tracking some heavy rain around the area.
Yeah, some very heavy rain across the area. But the good news is, Alex, a lot of it has started to kind of weaken a bit. So we're not seeing those reds on radar indicating that really heavy rain, at least across most of the area. So let's kind of pause this, show you where a lot of this is. If you're south of I-10, that's where the heaviest of the rain currently is. So there are some pockets out into Jeff Davis Parish. But we're going to start our journey down closer to the coast in Iberia and St. Mary parishes. You can see, let me try that again. You can see that some of this rain is really heavy in these areas, and that is going to be causing some concern for some minor flooding, but you know, there's not a whole lot of population out here. This is away from Sippermore Point, but the road leading to Sippermore Point, a very rough drive right now. We go up towards New Iberia, and you can see that some of this light to moderate rain continues to push through the area, and that is continuing up Highway 90 into Lafayette. So more of this is expected as we get into the afternoon hours. We're going to see this rain kind of fading away and then building back on up. But this stuff in Lafayette really hasn't been moving a whole lot. In fact, it's just kind of sat over the same areas. But this area that's near Youngsville, this little pocket of heavier rain has been moving more to the north here at about 20 miles per hour. So some of those areas that we're looking at, Elks and Pilet, around 644 there. So we're going to be watching that very closely for you as we see more of this heavier rain. And then more showers and storms back over towards Crowley. This area has just kind of been percolating. We're going to have more of this radar update for you. Talk about rain chances going into your weekend coming up in just a bit.
Okay, Adam, thank you for that. We're going to continue to check in with you throughout the morning. Governor John Bel Edwards held a press conference to encourage those who haven't received their COVID vaccinations to get one. He also talked about incentives for those who are fully vaccinated.
First is Shot for a Shot, which is the partnership between the Louisiana Office of Alcohol and Tobacco Control and the Louisiana Restaurant Association. So using your vaccine card or your LA Wallet digital copy proof of vaccination. This month in June, you can receive a free drink, non-alcoholic or alcoholic, at certain participating restaurants and bars within 7 days of receiving your shot.
Broussard Fire Department and Our Lady of Lourdes will host a blood drive to benefit one of their own. All benefits of the drive will go toward medical expenses for 25-year-old firefighter Alex Bork, who was recently diagnosed with bone cancer. If you'd like to donate, head over to the Broussard City Hall on June 14th to help out firefighter Alex Bork and his family. The CDC investigating a multi-state outbreak of salmonella from frozen stuffed chicken products. 17 people have reportedly been infected in 6 states. 8 were hospitalized. The CDC says different brands of raw frozen breaded stuffed chicken products are likely the source of this outbreak. They are labeled raw, but the breading or browning preparation may make them look as if they've been cooked. Consumers are advised to read labels carefully and follow proper instructions. President Biden will not create a presidential commission to investigate the January 6th attack on Capitol Hill. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that in a statement Thursday The president firmly agrees with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that Congress has the unique role and ability to carry out that investigation. Pelosi is prepared to initiate a House-led investigation. A former senior Treasury Department official in the Trump administration was sentenced to 6 months in prison on Thursday. Natalie Mayflower Sowers Edwards pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy for disclosing financial transaction reports involving Russia. According to prosecutors, Edwards leaked reports concerning former President Trump's campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Prosecutors say on Thursday, during Thursday's sentence, it'll reinforce the importance of keeping suspicious activity reports confidential moving forward. Well, Transportation Security Administration workers have won a decades-long victory. TSA workers will now get expanded union rights and higher pay. It comes after a top Biden administration official sided with them and how they were treated differently from other federal employees. According to a Department of Homeland Security statement, DHS Secretary directed TSA to expand collective bargaining rights of TSA officers. Well, famed defense attorney F. Lee Bailey died on Thursday in Atlanta at the age of 87. His son confirmed he died in hospice care after a long-term illness. Bailey's list of clients include Patsy Hearst, O.J. Simpson, and the Boston Strangler. In the O.J. Simpson case, his cross-examination of Detective Mark Furman was considered to be a key to Simpson's acquittal. United Airlines said it would buy ultra-fast jets from Denver-based aerospace company Boom Supersonic, bringing back supersonic passenger travel, which died out back in 2003.
And showers and thunderstorms continuing their approach to Acadiana with some lightning down towards the coast. We'll find out more about a wet weekend in store for you coming up.
Well, coming up next, a little morning rain. Can't stop Al Abear in his quest for a great Friday feed. He's at Lumberjack Soul Food and more. We're going to check in with him right after this break.
Can we do my cut-in? Good morning. Another rainy day out there. Showers and thunderstorms rolling on through and look to continue to do that here as we go through the rest of your morning. 9 o'clock, most of the heavy rain should be fading away, but still some straggling showers out there. We get to around 10 o'clock, 11 a.m. Still light showers, but some heavy stuff down closer to the coast. And even going into the afternoon hours, though most of the area should stay dry, we are going to see some of those showers continuing. Now, stormy times into your weekend, heavy rain possible as well.
Welcome back. It is 6:40 and we are checking in with Al Abear. He is at Lumberjack Soul Food and More this morning. They've been working on some ribs, so we're going to check in now and see how it's going. Hey, Al.
Hey, Alex. We're here. Paul, the pit master, learned a lot about barbecue. This is an educational show. If you're going to DVR a show, it needs to be this show this morning. Hey, and we're doing ribs from Ohio, Alex. Now, Paul, when we last left, we were doing the mustard. So let's take a look at what do we do next? We got the mustard on.
Once you put the mustard on, you rub it in real good all over on the sides and everywhere. Make sure it goes, because it's going to help penetrate your seasoning and make sure it all gets together. Then you take your seasoning, which is some special seasoning. I'll tell you all about it one day when you're dreaming. But what I'm putting is a combination of different things. So you do this here, and most people will rub all over the place.
Right, yes, that's what I do.
No, you don't rub. What you do is you pat it down.
There you
Pat
go.
it down, make sure the seasoning goes straight in and not rub it all over the place, because it won't be even. But if you season it, then you flip it over, you take the mustard, and you give it a squirt or two, go around here, and then you rub it down.
So, Paul, while you're doing let me ask you about the tin foil. Do you wrap this in foil and then put it on the grill, or you put it on the grill and then wrap it in foil?
Okay, it's two ways you can do it, Al. Depending on how many I'm doing, whatever. What I'll do is I'll just put it directly on the pit, so it'll be smoked.
Right.
You get it smoked, get it a nice texture, nice color and everything, and then you wrap it up so it'll finish cook. See, the smoking is only one process of the barbecuing. And then the smoking, I mean the cooking, you want it to cook down where it's falling off the bone. That's why my ribs come with instructions. Yeah, don't approach it with a fork or jump off the bone. And National Dental and Dental say you could suck it or eat a straw, eat it with a straw, whatever, gum it.
You might not even use teeth. You don't need
gum
teeth.
it or use a straw.
I love that.
So you do that, you get that all seasoned real good.
Hey, Paul, now Paul's gonna get these seasoned up. We're gonna go to break, and then we're gonna start cooking these ribs during the break. This is gonna be fantastic. We're gonna go back to you, Alex, in the studio while we cook Ohio ribs.
Ohio ribs. Well, they sound great, Al. I'll check back in with you to see how it's going in just a bit. Well, United Airlines says it will bring back supersonic passenger travel. The airline agreeing to buy 15 of Boom's Overture aircraft from aerospace company Boom Supersonic after requirements are met. Supersonics have been met with criticism by environmentalists who say it burns more fuel per passenger. Meanwhile, United says the aircraft will use 100% sustainable aviation fuel. The airline hopes to be using the aircraft by 2029. The hospitality industry seeing a big surge in summer hiring. Staffing firm People Ready says hospitality-related jobs postings are up 58% from this time last year. The roles that are most in demand include waitstaff, bartenders, servers, cooks, and food prep workers. Overall, government data shows job postings have hit their highest level on record dating back to 2000. Well, TikTok updated its privacy policy this week, allowing the social media app to collect biometric data on users, including face prints and voice prints. The policy explains TikTok may collect data about images and audio in users' posts, such as identifying objects and scenery, the location of face and body features, and the text of words spoken. TikTok tells TechCrunch it would ask for consent in the case if it does start collecting biometric data. Well, big movie news from the Avengers to Tom Cruise. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
The Avengers campus is open at Disney's California Adventure. Visitors can see Spider-Man fly through the air and help him in a 3D attraction that tracks guests' hand gestures. They can also train with the Dora Milaje warriors from Wakanda, learn the mystic arts from Doctor Strange, even go for shawarma, as the Avengers did after the Battle of New York. The Anaheim campus is opening nearly a year behind schedule, and just a few days before California loosens almost all COVID-19 restrictions.
I'm just trying to make the best movie I can.
Tom Cruise and company have paused production on Mission Impossible 7 after at least one person on set tested positive for COVID-19. A Paramount Pictures spokesperson confirms that positive test results came up during routine testing, and production in the United Kingdom would be halted until June 14th. Crews made headlines last year with an on-set tirade, yelling at crew members for not obeying social distancing measures. Mission Impossible 7 is due out next May. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, coming up next, we check in with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. It's a stormy start to the morning, as we all know. We're going to see if those storms stick around for the weekend. Coming up next, 6:45 on your Friday morning. What do you mean? Unlikely. I don't know. What do you mean? Like that doesn't make sense. People I know but I don't know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was telling Drake, though. Yeah, I know who he is. Mm-hmm. Well, what about, I didn't know for the longest time that whatchamacallit, the twin sister's little brother in real life. Yeah. I didn't. I just never.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Heavy storms rolling through parts of Acadiana this morning. We're going to get the latest right now from Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Good morning, Adam. What do you have for us?
Well, Alex, we are tracking quite a bit of rain on radar right now, showers and thunderstorms. The good news is that a lot of the heavier rain that we were seeing earlier has since faded away. There's still some showers and some big thunderstorms down closer to the coast here into Vermilion Bay and over into Weeks Bay as well, and West Cote Blanche Bay, stretching up into parts of St. Mary and Iberia parishes. We're going to start out near Lafayette, though, where rain has been constantly falling. Your commute into work this morning on I-10, a very wet one. But at least this isn't extremely heavy rain. It's just a constant nuisance rain that stretches down Johnston to the Mall and down the Evangeline Thruway to Broussard. Youngsville, you're dealing with some of that heavier rain as well. More of it building back over towards Henderson. We go down farther to the south. Speaking of Youngsville, that's kind of where a pocket of some heavier rain has since popped up. But overall, again, this is just that constant nuisance rain, that is steady rain that is going to continue falling here for a little while. The big storms, though, are down to the south, moving into parts of Iberia and St. Mary Parish. We are looking at Jeanerette getting in on some of that heavier rain right now, but more of this is over more unpopulated parts of both parishes. Still, though, we'll be tracking those thunderstorms as they get closer towards the 90 corridor. Back to the west. Some really heavy rain now falling in Jennings. This has just popped up within the past 10 minutes that we're seeing this real heavy rain, and that is going to continue as it just kind of builds. It's not really moving in any discernible direction, so we're going to watch that. Also, we go north of I-10, Branch getting in on some heavier rain at the present time. Same deal in Eunice and Ville Platte. And this stretches over towards Beggs. Opelousas, so you're just dealing with some light sprinkles for the most part out there. Here's a live look, I-10 at Ambassador, where you can see those wet roadways, the gray skies off in the distance. That rain continues to fall. Showers being reported in Lafayette at a temperature of 72, dew point of 70. And from here on out, our rain chances, well, they stay pretty high. You can see that we kind of keep climbing into the likely category, and through the rest of today, we expect to stay in that likely scattered category range for those storms. And for the morning time, it's going to take a while for our temperatures to warm up. We should stay in the mid-70s through possibly even lunchtime before enough sunlight breaks through the clouds to get us to around 80 degrees. Now, I don't think everyone sees 80 degrees for those temperatures today, but at least a few of us should reach that 80-degree mark. Let's talk about tomorrow's forecast. So we picked this up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You can see some big storms all across the area. And as we go forward to around 9, 10, well, I don't know why this isn't moving. Well, maybe we lost data there. So what we're going to do, deal is tomorrow, we're looking at some very heavy rain yet again. You could see that early in the morning we had that ongoing in parts of the area. So Saturday, we're watching that heavy rain threat yet again. We have the storms today, more storms tomorrow. Sunday, similar deal, more rainy conditions. And through the next 3 days, we are going to be watching for that flood threat too, because we're seeing these rounds of showers and thunderstorms just kind of sitting on top of the same areas. So that could lead to some flooding concerns through the weekend. We may even see a flash flood watch popped up across the area from the weather service as they get later on to today. Now, scattered showers and storms Monday, Tuesday of next week, a little bit lower with those rain chances, but by the middle of the week, we really lower the rain chances and our temperatures start to increase. We could even see some 90s showing up by Wednesday and Thursday. So at this time of the year, it's either you get a lot of rain or you get the hot temperatures. Not really sure which way I want to go with that, but at least for the weekend, Alex, not looking pretty.
Okay, well, we're going to make it through, Adam. Thank you for that. We'll check back in just a little bit. Well, we also have some weekend events to tell you about, so be sure to stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
From KLAF NBC, this is a News 15 Today update.
Good morning. I'm Alex Worstel with your News 15 Today update. Police have released the identity of a man whose body was pulled from the Bayou Teche earlier this week. Police in Arnaudville tell News 15 an autopsy was done on Wednesday on the body of 59-year-old Dennis Hillman. They found no obvious signs of foul play, but they do not want to speculate on whether Hillman's death might have been an accidental drowning. The investigation is ongoing. And it looks like another roundabout could be coming to Lafayette. An LCG planning committee recommends spending $300,000 to hire a local engineering firm to do the preliminary work on placing a roundabout at the intersection of E. Broussard Road and Robley Drive. The project is still probably at least 3 years away from completion. For the very latest, coverage continues at noon and anytime online. Have a great day, Katie Anna. Well, let's talk about some events happening this weekend. Celebrate all things Creole this weekend at Vermilionville as they honor Creole Culture Day. Each year, Vermilionville highlights the cultures of Acadiana that contributed so much to the area's unique folk life. This year, the event has expanded to 2 days filled with food, music, and history. For a full list of activities and the weekend schedule, go to vermilionville.org. Courtesy Chevrolet hosting their spring open car show tomorrow at their dealership here in Lafayette. You can register for your vehicle for the competition on the day of the show. The event is free and family friendly. The show starts at 9 a.m. You can visit the Courtesy Chevrolet Facebook page for more information. And the Lafayette Women's Chamber of Commerce has teamed up with the Cajun Heartland State Fair to host a one-day indoor vendor event at the Cajun Dome Convention Center. It's all happening tomorrow from 2 to 8, and admission into the market is included with fair admission. Social distancing protocols will be enforced and masks will be required.
And one final look at radar. We are still tracking some pretty heavy rain down closer to the coast, some light to moderate rain up towards I-10. We'll get down towards these storms here into Iberia and St. Mary parishes. And you can see right around Jeanerette, in fact, we have some pretty heavy rain that's falling right on top of you. Some lightning and thunder down to your south. And all this is just kind of sitting there. But if it's really moving any which kind of way, it's headed towards the 90 corridor. So just give yourself an extra few minutes on your drive into work this morning. We'll continue to track these showers and storms and your weekend forecast coming up.
Okay, Adam, we will definitely be checking in with you in our next hour where coverage continues. And of course, anytime on our website, KLAF.com. We've got a whole lot more coming up on News 15 today. You'll want to stay with us. We'll be right back. Coming up on News 15 today, the capsized Sea Corps vessel will be moved